Did I just respawn again? What's going on, Dags? If you're new to the channel, welcome to Endgame Gaming. I'm your host, Nox, where my favorite thing to do is respawn, and it's not because I'm good. This video is actually going to be about the goated Pestilence build I've been running for the last few seasons. If you've seen the video that I posted right before the season started, the top 6 builds that I think are going to be really good this season, well, I tried out a bunch of them, and so far, they're all hitting. Woo. And so far, my favorite one is the one with the Pestilence, because with that 30% rate of fire and a 30% bonus weapon damage, this thing smacks. Plus, a couple of the active modifiers actually really boost the damage as well. And out of all the builds I played, the Retaliation, this loadout right here that I'm about to showcase is actually the one that did the best. And right now, Plagued Outcast can easily get over 2 millions per tick, while even going over 3 millions per tick with the active modifiers. And this loadout's the GOAT because you can literally play it anywhere. You can play it in legendary missions, you can play it in heroic, you can play it open world. And yes, a fully stacked striker, you're going to hit harder when you shoot the gun, but your ticks won't be as high as this loadout. And when it comes to heroic and below content, this is actually my preferred way to play this kind of loadout. While yes, strikers is going to be really nice when it's fully stacked up, but if you're doing open world activities where you're just going to hop around for public executions, propaganda broadcasts, or whatever you're doing in the open world, your strikers is never going to be stacked up, so you're not going to really benefit from it. And that's why I say loadouts like this, where you have a lot of damage up front, it's going to be better when you're playing heroic below content, just because you're not wasting any damage. Because with the strikers, you're leaving a lot of damage on the floor or non-existent. Because for the most part, if you're just going through activities, you're not really going to have it stacked up, meaning you're not doing the optimal damage that you could be. So what are your cons and pros? I'm also going to make a strikers variant later on. But right now, I'm going to show you the build that I'm actually going to personally run again all season. And if you guys like the build or don't like the build, make sure to drop a comment explaining why. So without further delay, let's get right to the build breakdown, and I'll show you some range numbers. All right, Dax, let's go over this build real quick. I got the gun specialization. Of course, we got the Pestilence with the talent Plague of the Outcast, which is super powerful this season. Secondary can be whatever you want. I have the cooler because it does give you 1000% weapon damage if you only wish it. Sidearm, you're going with that tier card custom because you get that +1 skill tier. And this works really well with the precision smart cover, because once you pull out the tier card custom in your hand, you're going to have the +1 skill tier. And it's important that you stay in cover when you place a precision smart cover. It's going to kind of snapshot the skill tier that it was when you placed it originally with the tier card custom in your hand, so additional +1 skill to it. But it's only going to stick as long as you stay in that cover. So for example, you're going to take out the tier card custom, stick the precision smart cover, then you're going to swap to your primary or secondary gun. You're going to still stay at the +1 skill tier with the precision smart cover, but as soon as you leave cover and then go back into cover, you're going to lose that additional skill tier. So just keep that in mind when you use this combo. Just make sure you stay in that cover to get the biggest bang for the buck out of this +1 skill tier. And new to the season, we are going to be using the Overdogs, which works really well with LMG builds, especially if you have the Turmoil kneepads. And a quick side note, the Turmoil kneepads Bewildered talent is not double dipping right now, but either way, it's still really powerful with the Pestilence Plague of the Outcast. This is going to allow you to kind of spray and pray and lower all the enemies at once on the map. And then the Plague of the Outcast from the Pestilence is going to go up and bump up everybody when they're low. And what's cool with the Overdogs talent weakest link is that the weapon damage gets amplified by 30%, and the ticks from the Plague of the Outcast gets amplified by 30% as well. And the only reason why I'm using these over the Contractor's gloves is because I have the Turmoil kneepads comboing with the Plague of the Outcast from the Pestilence. And hopefully when you spray and pray the enemies, you're going to take out the lower tiers, allowing for the next group of tiers to start taking the amplified damage and so forth until the whole crowd or the whole group of whatever you're fighting is down. So like I said, this combo right here with the Overlords, Turmoil kneepads, and the Pestilence with the Plague of the Outcast is a really good combo, because you're just going to spray and pray the whole map, and you're going to take out all the lower tiered enemies, allowing you to get more value out of the weakest link 30% amplified damage talent. Next, for the vest, we have the Sacrifice that comes with the Perfect Glass Cannon. And the reason why I like the Perfect Glass Cannon, because that additional 5% amplified damage is going to give you more damage than having any other chest piece that gives you like the 3% critical hit chance, or you got the Pet Trap that gives you 10% LMG damage, plus the normal glass cannon with the 25% amplified damage. Well, the additional 5% amplified damage you get from the Perfect Glass Cannon is actually going to do more damage than any other combo. Plus, on top of doing more damage already, you're going to have the 13% headshot damage. And finishing off the loadout, we're going to have 3 pieces of lane mode. Here's the holster, here's the mask, and here's the backpack, which is going to be the named backbone, because it comes with the talent Perfectly Unstoppable Force. And the total weapon damage from the Unstoppable Force applies to the ticks from the Plague of the Outcast, which is awesome. And when it comes to the critical hit chance, the critical hit damage, you just want to get enough critical hit chance to get to like around 50 to 60% and then dump the rest into the critical hit damage. We also have 98% headshot damage on this loadout, which is pretty dope. And then for the skills, I got the Precision Smart Cover. Secondary, you can put whatever you want. You can run the Reviver Hive. You can run the Booster Hive if you want more weapon handling. It's going to be up to you. The modifiers are crazy. That 30% rate of fire plus that 30% bonus damage is really good with the Plague of the Outcast talent. Now, when it comes to active modifiers, you can either use Zealot, but I also like Spliced Up. Both the damage from Zealot and Spliced Up actually adds to your tick damage as well. And then for the passive modifiers, they're all really good. I just like the Rupert's Tear and the Stepping Stone. And then when it comes to the third one, you could literally have it be whatever you want, just depending on what content you're playing. If you're playing against certain factions, you can run these. They're all good. So let's pick whatever you enjoy and fits your playstyle. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's check out some damage numbers. Alright, so this time we're going to check out the Zealot. So take out your TDI card custom. Place your Precision Smart Cover with the +1 skill tier. Make sure you stay in cover the whole time to maintain that bonus skill tier. Now let's get our stacks up. So there's the damage right there. So right now we're hitting for a 2.5. Activate the Zealot. Now we're hitting for 3.1 million. That's pretty nutty. Let's check out our Spliced Up damage. Take our T-Card Custom, place it, make sure you stay in cover and make sure you benefit from it. Now let's hit Spliced Up and see how much tick damage we do. 3.6. Jesus Christ. We got up to 3.6 million ticks. That's pretty wild right there. That's, yeah, that 3.6 million is not gonna be forever because it's only gonna last for like 20 seconds or up to 20 seconds depending on how many stacks you get with Spliced Up. But yeah, so you could get up to 3.6 or you could just get like that cool 3.1 million with Zealot. It's going to be up to you. The Zealot does last longer, but I really like Spliced Up, especially when you just need to like spray and pray down a big mob of enemies during the retaliation or on legendary missions. So now let's check out how much we can do without all the fancy active modifiers and stuff like that. So TDI card custom out. I'm going to place that. Now let's get our stacks up. So it looks like we're hitting from almost 2 million to up to 2.5 million. And it's going to depend on the Overdogs gloves because of the talent weakest link is going to apply that additional 30% amplified damage. That's why you see like those different tick numbers. And it's also going to depend if the target has armor or not. You're going to do more damage to enemies with armor. All right, Dags, I hope you guys like the build. Let me know what you think. This thing is a monster. I have to double check them actually playing heroic sometimes because I'm like, dang, these guys are dying really fast. Either way, if you made it far, make sure to like the video, drop a comment below what you think, and make sure you guys are subscribed. It'll help out the channel. That's all for now. Get out there and clap them cheeks.
Alert. Intercepting JTF radio traffic.